Good morning, world. This is solo.amahaotu with Tbc Live Broadcast number 106. Broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Amore et reverare. Amore et reverare. Love and respect. Love and respect to all of you who are watching this program now. And love and respect to all you members of the world that are being cheated by the elite, the 1% of this world who have cornered our 99% of our wealth and their money, leaving us the downtrodden with 1%, scrambling for 1%. I greet you and tell you that we should be watching and heeding to the warning sign that is going through the world now. This early morning by 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. I watched the mainline news on television in Nigeria, 2 different channels. In their new broadcast, they were talking of how the economy of the United States of America is stumbling and is nosediving. And then one of the ladies of one of the channels I watch most in Nigeria to see what the mainstream news is always dishing out to all of us, asked the question, now that America is in this situation, what is Nigeria planning to do in respect of our foreign reserve, which is in dollars? As we know, Nigeria has between $40 and $50 billion as our reserve, our oil money that is kept as a foreign reserve for our importation of goods and services into this country. So the question is for the economists of Nigeria, the people in charge of our economy. What are they doing watching that the dollar is going down the drain? As far as I know, they are doing nothing because they have no idea. They are just wallowing in stealing and embezzling our funds. They have no idea of what is really happening with the world economy as it stands now. As it stands now, we are heading to the already planned collapse of the fiat currency when it was created originally. If there was a computer at that time, they must have put it in the program of the language, whichever it is written, that at this particular time, this currency must collapse because it is currency that is based on absolute nothing, purely on nothing. But like Nigerians, many other countries, especially the poor countries of the world, African countries, the South American countries, many of the Asian countries, they are doing nothing. They keep quiet. They are not realizing that very soon all that all of us have worked for will become rubbish, will be destroyed, and we shall be in limbo. We shall be floating. We shall not know exactly what to do again. Hence, the call for us to quickly chart our own path. Those of us who, by the grace of God, have come to know the TBC, we should all put our hands on deck now without sleeping. We have to be sleepless. We have to be restless. We have to be desperate to get to our destination, which is a minimum of 1 billion people in a very short time, in a brief time, because if we are not capable, or if we have not been able to chart our own course, to separate ourselves from this evil mechanization of the fiat currency, to go our own way and have our own crinkle economy, we shall all be drowned. We shall all be drowned without having contributed to our own demise. Other people have decided that they will kill us, and they succeed in killing all of us. So why don't we quickly implement what admin has already planned, worked tirelessly, probably suffered, and put all the instruments and tools in place for us to quickly mobilize and get to our 1 billion members. Since yesterday, I was just going through all these plans, all these systems he has put in place for us to use to get to 1 billion people. As I can see, we have 4 different systems he has set up. One is the cash flow system. Cash flow because as we are working, our economy is not yet on board. Even though worldwide it is gradually being recognized and even used for exchange of goods and services, it is not officially on board. As you know, we're a private community, we're a private society. We don't need the recognition of any government or anybody because we are self-regulating and we are private. So, but for us to be quite there where we want to be able to exchange goods and services among ourselves, pair to pair, that is the aim, pair to pair. We have to have 1 billion people in the whole world, across the globe, left to right, right to left, up to down. We must have minimum of 1 billion people. That's why it's called the billion coin. Because among this 1 billion, almost the whole 1 billion people are going to be merchants. We are all going to be merchants because we are all training to be having one skill or the other in order to be able to manage the enormous wealth admin has created for us, the abundance. Because the aim is not only for those of us that are in TBC, the aim is to eradicate poverty worldwide, create abundance so that the downtrodden people will have a lease of life, will get up and be happy that they are living. In contrast to what is happening now, people are mourning, people are suffering, people are gnashing their teeth. It is only anguish and poverty. So, admin has created 4 different systems. 4 different systems. The first one is the cash flow. Because if you are working, you have to be able to live. No matter how poor it is, you have to be able to have at least 1 square meal a day. And admin has created the platform where if you use the system already on ground, you only need to duplicate, you only need to copy and paste. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just follow what is they are being taught and do exactly what they are asked to do. You replicate, you repeat the system over and over, and then you be cash flowing, make it at least $100 a day. And for people from the poor, wretched countries of this world where we come from, $100 is a lot of money. For Nigerians, it's between 35,000 and 40,000 a day. It is a lot for people the downtrodden people of Nigerians, the poor workers of Nigerians. They don't even earn 30,000 naira a month. So imagine where you earn 35, 40,000 a day. Heavens is your limit. So admin created this platform, created this system where you earn this. It should replace your normal employment. You concentrate and become a full-time TBCian, you earn this money. You only need to go for training. Derek is giving free of charge for those of us in West Africa here. You don't need to say you have to pay. You don't pay anything. You only become partner of Derek, and he holds you by the hand and teaches you how to cash flow. So you cash flow. So that is the first one. Then you have the merchant adoption. This is another second one, where those of us who are broadcasters and leaders of TBC and the other members of TBC recruit merchants. And you know, merchants are brilliant people, they are intelligent people, because they are people who have invested their small earnings into some businesses. So they, for something they don't know, and TBC is not quite known to everybody yet. Cryptocurrency is a very new invention in the world. It's not more than 10 years. The Bitcoin that came before all of them is gradually picking up now that people begin to know it in many places of the world. And in spite of that, I am sure 90% of Nigerians don't even know what cryptocurrency is. So for you to recruit a merchant, the woman who sells mama put, like we call it, that's the woman who sells food items, gari, yam, potato, all this. The hotel around you where people lodge when they visit, the people who sell clothes and shoes, name it. These are merchants. For you to recruit them, it's not easy. But admin has devised a very simple way of recruiting them. That is by we adopting them. We adopt the merchants. We go and introduce ourselves to them, and being men of integrity and women of integrity in TBC, they will listen to us. We introduce TBC to them and tell them to take it easy. We do everything for them. We register an email for them. We register them in TBC, pay the admin fee, which is a pittance, and then bring them into TBC. By the time we have done this, now we explain to them and print the introduction card for them, the ID cards. And the ID cards, we have their email address and all everything about their own setup. It's even a way for them to advertise their own business. We give it to them to give to those people, their customers who come to them. They share this and tell them to quickly get themselves registered with this TBC. And as people are registering, we as members who know the procedure on how to get everything properly organized, work with them and get people coming. And as these people come in and they're doing transactions with us, we give 50% to the merchants. If they do $100 transaction, we give $50 to the merchant. And as he is making this money without sweat, and seeing that this thing is working, people are buying it, he will eventually begin to sell his own product at a percentage of TBC, even up to 50% TBC. That way we have gotten a merchant. And if we do this with 10, 20, as many merchants as we can, we have recruited merchants, because finally we are all going to be merchants, because we need to have one goods or service to offer our friends, our pairs in TBC, in order to use our crinkles and coins for exchange. So the first one was cash flow. The second one was merchant adoption. The third one is massive growth campaign. Let me share my screen now so that we follow this is up on the, follow it up in, so we go to the blog. That is where I will, let me finish up with these campaigns first. You remember the sponsoring of merchants? This was the merchant adoption campaign. So that is, it was the explanation admin gave to us. He said they are reaching our objective of 1 billion members has always been within reach since the idea of TBC was conceived. Only question is, how fast can we reach the merchants? Can we reach the number? Humanity needs to upgrade whatever it uses as a medium of exchange for goods and services. The current system, where a few have so much power over everyone else, has proved over and over again that the few cannot be trusted with such power. Study the comparison below to see what I mean. Yeah, we all know this. So that's a merchant adoption, where we do things for the merchant. You see the cards, we print the ID cards, where everything about the merchant is there. Admin has designed everything. We just need to duplicate. We have nothing to do but duplicate and work a little bit harder and get everything done. So that is the merchant adoption. Now we go to the massive these are massive growth campaign or achievement of a 24-48 hours rapid cookies reward. Now, and this system admin has designed for all these things. The aim of admin is that we should empty his wallet. Admin has a lot of coins in his wallet, which will make all of us billionaires and millionaires and usher in abundance in the whole world. So all these systems he has devised for us to follow, at the background of it, we are all rewarded for everything we do, for every work we do. For example, in this massive growth campaign, if you bring in one new member, and within 24 hours, the new member brings in 2 people, you already get 10 million cookies, apart from the reward the new person is going to get. And then if within 48 hours, the two new people, the one individual has brought in, brings in two persons, everything making 6 now, you get a whole full coin. So you can see that's a massive growth campaign. And the new person gets rewarded with a full coin. And if you have a full coin, you are a billionaire in TBC. A full coin makes you a billionaire by the time we reach our destination. So you can see these are people who are achieving wonderful things within 24 hours. Huh? Look at this. Reward of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 million cookies. In 48 hours, he gets one full coin. So you can see that's a massive growth campaign. After the first campaign, which is cash flow, you have the merchant adoption. Now you have the rapid reward system. And then as the last, you have the weekly Bitcoin contest, which is the last one that is taking place now, the weekly Bitcoin contest. Excuse me. What happens at the Bitcoin contest? If you are the highest recruiter of new verified members, if you are the highest recruiter of new verified members, and who are verified members, they are the members that pay their admin fee. So if you are if you recruit the highest number in the week, among all of us, the competition is stiff. In the whole world, you get 200 grains of gold worth of Bitcoin. And people will ask, what is the value of 2 grains worth of gold? 2 grains worth of gold is more than $500. Somebody has already earned it last week or this week Monday. So by the next week Monday, there will be another winner. So everybody is encouraged to go and take part in this contest. So you have 4 different options, 4 different ways of working with all of us, working together, that we get to our destination of 1 billion members. Now, this is a guy who is the first to win the $200 Bitcoin contest, weekly contest for recruiting the highest number of verified members in the week. Here you can see him. His name is Adiche Chukwuma Victor from Nigeria. He recruited 20 new members and he got Bitcoin value of 200 grains of gold. And I'm sure when it is converted, it is more than $500 worth of Bitcoins. So as you can see, admin makes it possible for all of us to work very hard and to get to our destination. And this is where I want to end today by telling you how the TBC will end poverty globally. from the words of admin himself. Let me read. Out of 7.5 billion global population, about 4 billion are the working class that supports the children, seniors, and disabled. And the TBC millionaires will provide far more jobs than their rare people in the world, creating zero unemployment and ending poverty forever. So if out of 7.5 billion, 4 billion is employed, it means 3.5 billion is unemployed. Gentlemen, this is a simple calculation. 7.5 billion members in the world, 4 billion are employed, are the working class, 3.5 billion are jobless. And now, if we are 1 billion members of TBC, and TBC is creating 1,111,111 members, billionaires. So call it 1 million billionaires. And the rest 1 billion members are millionaires. They are millionaires. So if we have 1 billion millionaires and they create minimum of 5 jobs, gentlemen, it's very easy to create 5 jobs. Even if you are a carpenter, you need apprentices. You have more than 5, and they have created jobs for 5 people. And you are selling things, you need workers to help you sell things. You are doing a laundry, you operate a laundry machine and all that, you need workers. You are a civil engineer, you are building houses, you need a lot of workers. So the 1 billion of us will create jobs, much more than there is unemployment. And with that, we wipe out unemployment from the surface of the earth. And that way, we have ended poverty worldwide. Because when we have created 5 billion working spaces, employment, and there are only 3.5 billion workers, you see need more than 1 billion people to give employment, and you will not find them because human being does not increase with the rate of increase of employment. So when the demand is higher than the supply, the prices increase. So the labor force, their labor wages will increase, and when it increases, we have eradicated poverty because we are going to pay them much more human wages that will be very attractive, make life easy and comfortable for people. So that is the aim of TBC, eradicate poverty worldwide and bring abundance to everybody. So he says on this green part now, 1 billion TBC millionaires will each already have the means to create 5 to 10 jobs opportunity for the working class. So this 1 billion, I was even saying 5, but admin knows that you can employ between 5 and 10 workers. So if 1 billion people create 10 jobs, it means 10 billion 10 billion spaces, and we have only 3.5 billion workers. So you can imagine how the wages of the workers will be. So, and now 1 million TBC billionaires will provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires for job creation perpetually. The 1 billion billionaires, the 1 million billionaires will be having the responsibility of providing money, liquidity, providing TBC to the 1 billion members who are responsible for creating employment. And that way, unemployment will be eliminated and wiped out from the surface of the earth. And that way, we should be emptying admin's wallet, because admin's wallet is full of coins. We are only 3.3 million people that are growing, of course, at a rapid pace. But we want to get to 1 billion. And if we get to 1 billion and there's 1 billion coins, then it is finished. Anybody who's a member of a TBC is a millionaire. But if you have one full coin, you are a billionaire. So that is the aim of TBC. We are in the distribution phase of TBC. So I've shown you the distribution phase. We're in the distribution phase using different systems, using cash flow system, using merchant adoption system, using rapid cookie reward system, and using the weekly Bitcoin contest system. All these are the methods we are using to achieve our distribution in this distribution phase. This is a very important phase, and we have to do it with all seriousness and quickness. It is necessary that we do that now, so that we shall get to our 1 billion members target, which, if we do, will make our currency big, and we have created our own economy, a parallel economy to this world economy now that is collapsing. Our economy will be the refuge for the whole world, where they will all gather to have respite, to save themselves from the calamity which the elites have planned in advance to plunge us all in. So the earlier we get to our 1 billion members, the better for everybody alive, for the humanity at large. Thank you, my fellow Tibetians. Amore et reverare. See you again. Bye for now. Bye.